How to make GIF? I show you how to make GIF. GIMP, here we go. Alright, so first, let's get things out of the way. You need a sequence of images or frames that you're going to be using for your GIF. These can be many frames, so if you want to do higher visual quality, sort of flowing high frame rate animations, more like video, or it could just be a couple. In my example today, I'll just be using about 5 images to make an animation. So please have those handy already. You can use various different software to make those. I have used Inkscape for mine, and Inkscape is a vectors graphics program, for those of you who do not know. Anywho, once we have those images, we want to pull them into GIMP. So again, depending on which version of GIMP you have, if you have one of the later versions, this tutorial should work perfectly fine for you. So pull them all in as layers. Now here's the important bit. The starting point for your animation, the frame that you want to start with, needs to be at the bottom, and it needs to then work its way up. So the very top layer should be the last point in your animation. Okay, that's where you want it to stop. From there on, it's fairly straightforward. What you need to do is you need to edit the layer name. So you're going to either right click and rename, or you're going to click twice very slowly on the layer name to enable you to edit the layer name. And at the back, and this is important, at the back of each layer, you are going to type the following. You're going to open a parentheses. Then you're going to choose how long that layer needs to be displayed for. If you leave this blank, I believe it does default to 100 milliseconds. So you can change that when you export it, but I prefer just typing it in manually. Now, what you can do is, this is in milliseconds, so you type something like 1000 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds would be equal to 1 second. Okay, that's 1 second. There are 1000 milliseconds in 1 second. I know, time is usually base 6 or 60, but this milli is thousandth. So, yeah. So, and then you want to close the parentheses. So it's 1000 ms for milliseconds. Close the parentheses. Obviously, you can change whatever you'd like. And then you can open up another parentheses and you can say replace and close the parentheses. This will tell the program that it needs to take that frame away and then put the next frame on, as opposed to just stacking them on top of each other. If you're using any like PNG files with transparency, you probably don't want them to stack, as you'll still be able to see the image that's behind the previous layer if it's sticking out or anything like that. So definitely use replace for that. Righto, so we're going to do this to each layer, setting the time that we want. Oftentimes at the end of a GIF, you sort of want it to hang a little bit, so that the person viewing the GIF can pause and like actually read, or see everything for a couple of moments. So you might want to put 2000 or 3000 or higher milliseconds in there, just so that it hangs around for a bit, and then your animation can start looping. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to click on File, and then we're going to go and click on Export As. Here you can type in a file name, you can type in the extension .gif. Once you've done that and you click Export, it will pop up with a little prompt. You want to click on Animate. Make sure the Animate box is ticked. You can change some other settings here, although we have put most of those in the parentheses on each layer, so we don't really have to worry about that. But make sure Animate is ticked, otherwise it'll just display the last frame. Click on Export, and then you should have a fully functioning working GIF. You can go and open it. Depending on which programs you have on your computer, whether you're on Windows, etc., it might want to open it with a web browser. Web browsers display GIFs perfectly fine. Or, like on Linux here, I'm using Gwenview. It also displays perfectly fine. So that's it from me, guys. A quick tutorial on how to make a GIF using GIMP. If you would like an Inkscape tutorial on how to, create vector graphics with Inkscape, you can let me know down in the comments below. However, I am still just a novice with that. Any other comments below, please drop them in the comment section down under. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.